Upbeat, thoughtful music begins and fades to a background hum. Imagine being the most powerful person in the world. An emperor. You've got wars to fight, a plague sweeping your lands, and a massive empire to run. Sounds stressful, right? Like, unbelievably stressful. Well, this was the daily reality for Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. But despite the chaos, the betrayals, and the constant pressure, he remained one of history's most composed, wise, and respected leaders. So what was his secret? How did he stay calm when the world was literally on fire around him? It wasn't some magic potion or a secret strategy room. It was something much simpler, something anyone can do. It was a daily practice he never, ever skipped: reflection. Think about that. The man running the Roman Empire made time for this every single day. Every morning before the day's madness began, and every night after it ended, he would sit down with his journal. This journal would later become the famous book we know as Meditations. And in this journal, he wasn't just writing down what happened. He was having a conversation with himself. He asked two very simple but incredibly powerful questions. What did I do well today? And where can I improve tomorrow? This wasn't just an ancient form of a to-do list or some busy work to pass the time. This was his mental training ground. It was how he analyzed his own reactions, his decisions, his flaws. When he acted out of anger, he'd write about it, trying to understand the root cause. When he showed patience or courage, he'd reinforce that behavior, reminding himself to act that way again. This simple act of writing was how he sharpened his mind, strengthened his character, and built an inner fortress that no amount of external chaos could breach. And here's the best part. You don't need to be an emperor to do the same. You don't need a fancy leather-bound journal or hours of free time. All you need is a few minutes. Maybe it's 5 minutes in the morning with your coffee, or 10 minutes at night before you scroll through your phone. Grab a notebook or even just the Notes app on your phone and ask yourself those same two questions. What went right today? What could have gone better? Maybe you were patient with a difficult coworker. Acknowledge that. That's a win. Maybe you snapped at your kids because you were stressed. Reflect on that. What triggered it? How can you handle that trigger differently next time? This isn't about beating yourself up over your mistakes. It's about learning from them. It's about consciously and deliberately building the person you want to become, one day at a time. This is the real secret behind Marcus Aurelius's legendary wisdom, resilience, and self-discipline. It wasn't a one-time revelation. It was the compound effect of a simple, consistent habit. A daily commitment to self-improvement. So give it a try. Follow in the footsteps of an emperor. Start your own practice of reflection tonight. Because building an unshakable mind isn't a grand, heroic act. It's a quiet, daily promise you make to yourself. And by keeping it, you can build that same inner strength too.